Flicking through stories you wouldn't believe. Cold case trails and courtroom scenes. Whispers from the grave and media dreams. Truth is stranger, hearts beat faster. In the shadows of a news disaster. Scrolling deep where secrets hide. You found the stories time won't deny. Headstones and headlines, the tales collide. Justice and mystery, side by side. From backwoods clubs to breaking news lines, you shine a light where the silence lies. Oh, headstones and headlines, you dig where the truth won't die. Small town rumors and urban fear, a voice for the lost who can't speak here. Through every name, through every case, you hold the truth in a steady place. Cameras roll but justice lingers. Truth unravels through careful fingers. You tell a story, speak their names in a world that's quick to look away. Headstones and headlines, the tales collide. Justice and mystery, side by side. From backwoods crimes to great night trials, you trace the echoes through every mile. Oh, headstones and headlines, you dig where the truth won't die. Some run from the dark, you walk right in with a question and a camera lens. It's not just a crime, it's the lives they led. The voice is still talking from the books unread. Headstones and headlines, the veil is thin. Truth gets louder when you begin. With every view, with every line, you bring the forgotten back to life. Oh, headstones and headlines, you dig where the truth won't die. Yeah, headstones and headlines, you tell the stories that time can't hide.
Hey everyone, happy Saturday. I hope everybody is well and was able to get outside today. I went to my nephew's football game and it is absolutely gorgeous outside today. It was a little chilly this morning, but it was probably around 70. It was like sunny, just nice breeze. It was perfect day to get outside. So today, we are going to talk about a few stories and then kind of see where it goes. The first story we're gonna talk about is a death that happened at Universal Studios a couple of days ago on a roller coaster called I'm going to get it wrong. I believe it's Stardust. Let me look it up quick. I think it's the Stardust. I should know. I just listened to the clip like 5 minutes ago. Yes, Stardust. Well, Stardust Racers to be exact. The man who was riding the coaster became unconscious. He didn't get off the ride, and the cause of death was determined to be blunt force trauma. Multiple blunt force injuries. So we're going to take a look at that. And then there's a couple of other stories that I had seen a few days ago. One about 2 pieces of trash who locked their 6 children in a storage unit. And then a story that initially I had to change my title because when I was looking at the updates, initially it was reported as two kidnapped girls being found inside a refrigerated truck after a pileup on a highway. Turns out the girls were related to the driver. And because there was no room in the front of the truck, they were made to ride in the refrigerated part. Doesn't get, well, it may get weirder, but craziness. And then the last story we have is about a woman who fought off an alligator after the alligator went after her dog. So, and anything that may be in between, that's, usually I have a few more stories than that, but I just figure we'll see where it goes. We'll see where it goes. So thanks for being here. I did see Sinner, Citizen, Pookie, as always, Evil Queen, and anyone in the bushes. Thanks for being here. No drama today, although apparently my foster kitten who passed away now has a YouTube channel. And I only know that because the moron who created it commented on one of my community posts. Seems to me they need a life. Maybe they should go outside and get some fresh air, because not only are they a psychopath, they're lacking oxygen to their brain. So, yes. Oh, you did hear about it, Kursuma? Oh my gosh. Initially, I just saw a man died on the ride, and I was thinking, like a medical issue, but no. Apparently there was a piece of metal found dangling above where the man was sitting. And I believe he was only 30, I want to say 32, but I can't remember. I think he was 32. He was very young. So we're going to look at that first. So let me add that to the screen. All right, so make sure closed captioning is on. So the title of this is Incident Report Details Unresponsive Man Found on Epic Universe Ride Who Later Died. So initially he was just unconscious. He wasn't, moving. And turns out he was killed by the ride itself. Thank you, Deafening Silence. I appreciate that. Thank you for becoming a member. Welcome to the Stoners. And that is one thing that I am lacking. I don't have any super chat thank songs or anything like that. I'm terrible. So actually, let's see. Do I have anything? I was going to say, oh, here, I'm going to share this. This will be your thank you. So for those of you who don't know, one of my foster kittens who went to get fixed this past Tuesday did not make it through surgery. And so this is a picture of him. I forgot to show y'all yesterday when I was live on my second channel. So here is a picture of Periwinkle. So he says thank you, and he was such a good boy. And the thing about Perry is that you can't tell here, but whenever he looked at you, it almost looked like he was rolling his eyes because he was just annoyed with you. He was always like, come on, lady, knock it off with the pictures. And he was the kitten who, when it was time to go back in their enclosure, he would go and hide underneath the furniture so that it was harder for me to get him out. So that is sweet Perry, and I do miss him a lot. So thank you again. I do appreciate it. Hey, Curious, thanks for being here. All right, let's get into this.
Right now at 4, we are learning more about the life of Kevin Rodriguez Zavala. We broke the news this morning on Sunrise with his picture, and now we have new breaking details. West 2 has just received the incident report from this case. Now, of course, he is the man who died.
And actually, before we start, I haven't been to Florida. I mean, I've been to Florida because my parents used to have a house down there. But I haven't been to like Disney or, I don't even think Universal existed the last time I was at Disney. And so I had to look up this roller coaster. So let me get a picture of it. Stardust Racers roller coaster. I mean, it's a pretty big roller coaster. Here we go. Well, that's kind of blurry. Let me get a different picture. I wanted one that, oh, here we go. That one's kind of little too. Well, it'll do. So, I mean, it's a pretty involved roller coaster. This thing seems massive. So I did hear that the ride is closed. So hopefully they're able to determine what happened. Because, this guy was just there trying to have a good time and he ended up losing his life. Hey, Loving Life, thanks for being here. Oh, a nap sounds really good. Nap sounds really good.
After being found unconscious on a roller coaster at Epic Universe, the medical examiner says his cause of death was multiple blunt force injuries, but there's still many questions to answer this afternoon. And Nancy, we just got that report.
We did. I mean, just minutes before we came on the air, I have a printout of it right here. And West 2's Justin Schecker is live in the chopper. And Justin, you have been going through this report that's giving us at least a few more new details in this case.
That's right, Nancy and Stu. Good afternoon to you both. I've been reading this incident report from here in Chopper 2, high above Epic Universe. Let's give you a live look right now at Stardust Racers. This attraction remains closed less than 48 hours into this death investigation. And here is this new information at this hour.
Oh, and I mean, they have a picture. I didn't have to go look for one. Like just a huge roller coaster.
Responding deputy arrived around 9:20 on Wednesday. When he arrived, he observed Orange County Fire Rescue and Universal Orlando Health Services performing CPR on the man later identified as Kevin Rodriguez Zavala. We also learned from this report that his girlfriend was there with Mr. Rodriguez Zavala on the ride at the time of his tragic death. The report also states that Zavala had a pre-existing spinal injury and he was taking some type of medication that has been blacked out as one of the redactions in this report. The report also states the girlfriend was visibly shaken and stated she was having panic attacks and she was unable to write a statement herself about what happened.
Well, I wouldn't fault her for that. I mean, she was riding a roller coaster with her boyfriend, having a seemingly good time, and he never woke up again. Like, sometimes these people are just so ignorant.
Again, these are all new details coming into the West 2 newsroom moments before we went on the air. At the same time, we're also learning more about the man who lost his life, what the medical examiner is calling an accident. 32-year-old Kevin Rodriguez Zavala's family says he was a beloved son, brother, uncle, and friend. His family writes, he was the kind of person who always made time to listen, offer thoughtful advice, and lift others up, even when he was facing challenges of his own. These family photos show Kevin at Epic Universe's Super Nintendo World and Star Wars Galaxy's Edge at Disney's Hollywood Studios. You can see in the family photos he used a wheelchair. His family writes, despite the restrictions and obstacles he encountered throughout his life, Kevin met them all with grace, strength, and an unwavering spirit. He overcame so much, and he did so with quiet resilience and humility. The Orange Osceola medical examiner says his death after riding the Stardust Racers Wednesday night has been ruled an accident, caused by multiple blunt impact injuries. The Orange County Sheriff's Office says off-duty deputies found him unresponsive after the roller coaster stopped. Dr. Rajiv Ball is an emergency medicine physician in Central Florida.
One of the biggest questions that we don't.
And so my thing is, so it had to have been something, I would think, like where the seat was, because if he had multiple injuries, I don't know how many times the roller coaster goes around. I would assume only once, and then you have to ride it again. So it had to have been something within that seat area, like the car itself.
Know at this time is what happened first, the unresponsive nature, or if the blunt trauma caused him to be unresponsive. And that's going to be a little bit harder for the medical examiners to really determine.
By Friday afternoon, Kevin's family had already raised well over $10,000 for their unexpected funeral and memorial expenses. The family writes, "His presence lit up every room, and his absence leaves a space no one can fill."
It's terrible.
And back here live, we are flying high above Epic Universe. And moments before we came on the air, the Orange County Sheriff's Office released the incident report from this death investigation. We know from this report that Kevin Rodriguez Zavala was taken to Orlando Regional Medical Center, where sadly he was pronounced dead a little after 10 o'clock on Wednesday. Again, we've learned from this report that his girlfriend of approximately 10 years was with him when this tragic incident happened on the Stardust Racers roller coaster. You can see at this hour, the roller coaster remains closed less than 48 hours into this investigation. But again, as we've seen from that fundraiser, there's been such an outpouring of support to support this family that is going through this tragedy after this death here at Epic Universe. Covering Orange County Live in Chopper 2, I'm Justin Shecker, WESH 2 News.
Okay, and I do have the GoFundMe, so I'm gonna, let's take a look at this, and then we will, I have one more video about this. Deafening says, "I may not be able to afford membership every month, but I try to support channels I love and when I can." Well, I appreciate that, and you just being here is support enough for me, but I do appreciate your support by becoming a member. Alrighty, so in loving memory of Kevin Rodriguez Zavala. So they have raised almost just over $24,000. Like, I can't imagine. I cannot imagine. It is with heavy hearts that we share the passing of our beloved brother, son, uncle, and friend, Kevin Rodriguez Zavala, who tragically lost his life in an unexpected accident. Kevin was truly one of a kind. He had an old soul, wise beyond his years, with a heart full of compassion, love, and understanding. He was the kind of person who always made time to listen, offer thoughtful advice, and lift others up even when he was facing challenges of his own. Despite the restrictions and obstacles he encountered throughout his life, Kevin met them all with grace, strength, and an unwavering spirit. He overcame so much, and he did so with quiet resilience and humility. Kevin was deeply loved by everyone who knew him. As a son, he brought warmth and pride to our parents' hearts. As a brother and uncle, he was a source of laughter, guidance, and unconditional love. As a friend, he was loyal, thoughtful, and always present. His presence lit up every room, and his absence leaves a space no one can fill. We are asking for support during this incredibly difficult time to help cover the funeral and memorial expenses so we can honor Kevin's life the way he truly deserves. Any contribution, no matter how small, is deeply appreciated. If you are unable to donate, sharing this page with others would mean the world to us. Thank you for keeping Kevin and our family in your thoughts and prayers. With love, the Rodriguez Zavala family. And then they do have the photos that we saw on that news clip. So sad. Oops. Alrighty, so let me share this back.
We continue our team coverage on this breaking news story with Channel 9's Sabrina Majori. She's live for us outside of Epic Universe. And Sabrina, today you heard from some of the loved ones of Kevin Zavala.
And Kirsten, you can only imagine how difficult this has been for his family and loved ones. I was texting with one of his cousins, messaging her earlier today. She told me Kevin was a one-of-a-kind, caring person, a loving brother, uncle, and son. Wise beyond his years, with a heart full of compassion, love, and understanding, is how family and friends describe 32-year-old Kissimmee resident Kevin Zavala. Family members choosing to remember Zavala through photos like this, capturing his big smile and presence his family says lit up every room. The family GoFundMe says his absence leaves a space no one can fill after he was killed in an accident following a ride on Stardust Racers.
Cast members just started screaming, "Get out, get off the coaster."
Tommy Italiano says he was on the coaster Wednesday during the accident. He says he saw what appeared to be detached metal near Zavala's seat.
Wow, that coaster is, I wonder how long it takes to go through that whole coaster.
It looked like a paneling from the back of the seat detached off.
The medical examiner said Zavala's death was caused by multiple blunt impact injuries. Specifics absent from the incident report released Friday. Theme park expert Danny Cox has ridden the coaster multiple times. It reaches speeds over 62 miles per hour and sends passengers up 133 feet into the air.
Oh, wow, there's more than one car at the same time. Interesting.
When you hit that height, even though you're strapped in, you're going to feel yourself almost weightlessness.
This safety guide warning people with heart conditions, expectant mothers, and those with back pain to not ride the coaster. The ride closed Thursday and again Friday. Barricades up and employees seen blocking the entrance. Now, again, no one is getting on or off of Stardust Racers behind us in the distance today. Universal's ride safety guide says Stardust Racers was wheelchair accessible. It is wheelchair accessible, I should say, with a device to help those in wheelchairs get on the ride. Of course, a lot of information we are still going through here, but for now, reporting live in Orange County, I'm Sabrina Majori, Channel 9 Eyewitness News.
All right, Sabrina, thank you. And I know you'll stay on top of all the new developments here. A GoFundMe page has been set up for the grieving family of Kevin Zavala. Just what a heartbreaking week this has been, just so difficult. And the community is coming together to, again, wrap our arms around them with this money raised to help pay for the funeral arrangement. $17,000 right now. The family's modest goal is to raise $28,000 to help with their arrangements.
Whole time I've been. Oh, no, pause. So as that last story was playing, I started thinking, like, is this normal? Like, what are the chances of being in an accident on a roller coaster? So I did a Google search and I found this, I guess you'd say, article from HowStuffWorks.com, the craziest amusement park accidents that resulted in death. And I don't know if there's an actual date on this. I don't see a date. So a little bit of history. The love affair with amusement parks began in Coney Island, New York. In 1884, thousands of people flocked here to ride on Lamarcus A. Thompson's Switchback Gravity Pleasure Railway. Oh, I'm sorry. I thought that was a period there. Let me reread that sentence. In 1884, thousands of people flocked here to ride on Lamarcus A. Thompson's Switchback Gravity Pleasure Railway. This pleasure railway offered the chance to speed along its 450-foot track at 6 miles per hour. By 1927, the Coney Island cyclone, which traveled at 60 miles per hour, ushered in a new area of roller coasters. With it came real dangers. While the risk is small, the odds of dying at an amusement park are 1 in 300 million. Here is our list of 14 crazy amusement park accidents that resulted in death. So 1 in 300 million. Hey, Ocean Tide, thanks for stopping by to say hi. Appreciate that. All right, so we've got coaster accidentally switches tracks at Silver Dollar City. We'll kind of go through these. Number 2, coasters and heart conditions, a deadly combination. 3, man killed while retrieving his hat. 4, coaster collision claims the life of a 14-year-old boy. 5, a grandmother killed at Six Flags New Orleans. 6, a mother and daughter killed on a New Jersey roller coaster. 7, the Krug Park Big Dipper roller coaster accident. 8, a grandmother killed and a 4-year-old paralyzed in Indiana. And I wonder, I hope they tell us the years that these are in the actual blurbs, because I feel like even though I've seen accidents, like there was that young boy on the water slide. I don't remember where it was, but he was killed on that water slide ride. And then I remember another one. I believe they were high school kids, and it just kind of like collapsed. I don't remember where that was though. That was kind of recent, maybe a couple of years ago. It could have been longer though. It seems like it was only a few years ago. 9, Six Flags coaster claims the life of a 52-year-old woman. 10, accident at Expo Land killed 1 person, injured 19 others. I wonder if that's the one. 11, fire kills 8 teens at Six Flags Adventure in New Jersey. 12, 3 killed on world's largest indoor triple loop coaster. 13, space journey ride in China kills 6. And 14, the deadliest roller coaster accident in history. All right, so we're going to take a look at this. So 14, coaster accidentally switches tracks at Silver Dollar City. Evil Queen, yes, that was the little boy. I don't believe he's one of these, because I feel like they would have said like on water slide or something. So Silver Dollar City, located in Missouri, is one of America's most successful amusement parks. Fire in the Hole, a 3-story steel enclosed roller coaster, is a favorite amongst amusement park enthusiasts for its dated production values and the peculiar concept of the ride. It's also the ride responsible for the only fatality at Silver Dollar City since its doors opened in 1960. On July 9th, 1980, 23-year-old James Frederick Polly was one of several passengers riding a train on Fire in the Hole, which was mistakenly thought to be empty. The train was switched from the main tracks onto a maintenance track heading towards a storage area with a low-hanging door. Maintenance workers shouted at the passengers to duck. Polly failed to react and smashed his head on the door. The accident was ruled a case of human error, and the ride reopened 2 days later. I can't imagine. Like, where was the communication? You thought it was empty? What does this look like? Let me look up Fire in the Hole. Fire in the Hole, Missouri. Oh, it has its own little website. Okay, so here's Fire in the Hole. Okay, so it's almost like an old mining town looking. Silver Dollar City. So it says it's 1,512 feet, the track length. Ride vehicles with 12 passengers per train. 3 drops, including a water splashdown. Oh, that's kind of cool. So it's kind of like, yeah, like you're going through like old That it looks pretty. That does look really cool. Oh, look, they have a video. Let's take a look. And actually, let me pause it. For those of you who may have motion sensitivities, maybe look away while I'm playing this if you're sensitive to these types of things. Are they going to take us on the whole ride?
The ball knobbers have set the whole town ablaze. Go!
Wow, and it's like it's super dark too. Super dark.
Catch it! I'm gonna take your hide! Chicken! Why those have been chicken? Wiley, drop that dynamite or I'll have to shoot. Go ahead, Marshall. You couldn't hit the broadside of a barn. Ow! Get after those bolt knobbers and stop that fire.
Oh my gosh, it's so dark.
Flanders, get back here and put on your pants. I can't, Sadie. I ain't got no pants no more. The dang ball.
Oh my gosh, that's hilarious. This guy, I don't know if he's trying to escape or if he's trying to sneak back in.
Stole them? What in the hell would they want with your pants? They don't call me bugs for nothing. Don't worry. They don't bite. Budge.
I can't believe how dark it is.
Hurry! The ball knobbers are gonna blow up the bridge. You've got great over here.
Don't mess up my new pants, you ornery
Pack
fool.
them bundles under the dresser.
Can't you even tie a ding-dang knot?
Hurry!
What's the matter, Bugs? You chicken?
Watch out, you dang fool! You're gonna fall!
Oh, here comes the water.
Uh-oh, I think I'm stuck. I can't reach.
Ooh, bridge ain't gonna hold. Bye-bye.
That is wild. Like I would doubt that it's real fire, but it looks so real. Looks so real to me. So he wants to the water, maybe.
Bugs and Patches, we followed your
Or
plot,
not.
and now we're using your dynamite to blow up the water tower and put out the fire.
Okay, so
Don't throw that.
they're gonna blow. I love that it's a story too. They're gonna blow up the water tower to put out the fire.
Switch! The train's coming that way!
Tower's gonna blow. Fire in the hole. Thank you, heroes. We couldn't have caught those good-for-nothing ball knobbers without you.
Oh, that
Give
was it.
yourselves a big old pat on the back. You deserve it. And
Wow, that's actually a really cool. That's a cool ride. So this says in the year 1873, this entire village and countryside was destroyed by a great fire, which was set by bald knobbers after a Saturday night fight at the tavern. 58 citizens served as firemen. Oh my gosh, it's actually a true story? The Tale of Marmaros and the Bald Knobbers. Has anyone heard this before? Okay, this live just took a different turn, but that's okay. Whether you're a newbie or a legacy rider, you'll want to understand the journey you're going to embark on. And the account of Marmaros, the original city built above Marble Cave. It's burning to the ground is a storied tale for sure. The cave as we know it today is a treasured natural landmark, inviting guests to tour its depths with the the largest cathedral room in the state of Missouri, the third largest in the United States. But it was not always called Marble Cave. The Osage people and early settlers referred to it as the Devil's Den because of the unknown abyss that seemed to swallow up anything that would go near. Later explorers believed it held great treasure to be mined and thus called it Marble Cave. It was during this time period that the Marble Cave Mining and Manufacturing Company was created with plans made for a town to support the operation. The town was called Marble City or Marmaros, Greek for marble, and started to grow with a general store, one-room school, blacksmith shop, sawmill, and a regular Butterfield stagecoach stop. No marble was ever discovered in the cave, but another rich mineral deposit, bat guano, was mined until its supply was exhausted. Soon thereafter, the Marble Cave Mining and Manufacturing Company closed, and Marmaros became a ghost town. Meanwhile, a local vigilante group known as the Bald Knobbers were active in the area. It is still believed to this day that they were responsible for burning the town down, leaving only its foundations atop the cave. Hey, Lunatic, how are you? Thanks for stopping in. That is so interesting. I might have to look. That'll be for another time. The tale of Marmaros and the Bald Knobbers. All right. So let's go back to how stuff works. Coasters and heart conditions, a deadly combination. Roller coasters are required to list all potential health hazards for those who dare to ride them. Unfortunately, some people fail to take these warnings seriously. This was the case in 1976 at Busch Gardens in Tampa Bay. For weeks, the park was advertising their new ride on television with the tagline, "I challenged the python and lived." The city was buzzing with anticipation for Python's opening on April 25th, 1976. 4 days before the ride was set to open, Busch Gardens treated the press with an advanced ride. Stan Hoyer, a 39-year-old, 6'6", 340-pound man with a heart condition, was one of the local reporters who was offered this privilege. Sadly, he had a heart attack from the experience and died. The ride's tagline was removed shortly afterwards, and the warning sign was doubled in size. That is awful. I wonder if the Python is still open. Let's see. Python Busch Gardens. Okay, so it is not open. It closed on October 31st, 2006. Demolition began in November 2006. The removal of Python was necessary to make way for the park's Jungala attraction and was part of the largest renovation in Busch Gardens history. And let's see if I can find a picture of it. Oh, wow. It's like, it reminds me of Alice in Wonderland. Let me see. Let me open this. Oops. It had a lot of loopy loops. Loopy loops. Can't really find a good picture of it, but interesting. They demolished it to put in Hey, Twist, thanks for being here. Hey, Murray, how are you? I was trying to see if I could find, let me see if I can do a search for. Yeah, I'm not finding any like good pictures, but if anyone's interested, just Google Python Busch Gardens and it will have a bunch of older pictures come up. All right, so number 12 was man killed while retrieving his hat. Terrible things can happen when warning signs are only posted in a single language. This is what happened on September 7th, 1998, when a man entered a fenced-off area underneath the Top Gun roller coaster at California's Great America Amusement Park. 25-year-old Hector Mendoza, who spoke Spanish only, entered into an employees-only section of the park to retrieve his hat just as 28-year-old Jessica Medina's dangling legs came rushing by at 50 miles an hour. Mendoza, who had been recently married, died about an hour after the incident as Jessica Medina was being treated for a fractured leg. The ride was closed for the day while Mendoza's black hat remained at the scene with the police evidence tag next to it. This terrible tragedy was the third fatality in the history of the amusement park. Oh my God, like, so I'm assuming that Hector was on the ride and lost his hat. So when he went to retrieve it, even though it said employees only, that's when he was killed. I mean, that is just being at the wrong place at the wrong time. Oops, what did I just do? Number 11, coaster collision claims the life of a 14-year-old boy. Willard's Whizzer was a speed racer roller coaster built for California's Great America Amusement Park. Isn't it the one? Oh yeah, same one. So this was 1998. This one was in 1976. No, this one was in 1980. So like 18 years earlier. Okay, so problems with the braking system, which caused trains to collide at the station, became apparent almost immediately after the speed racer rides were introduced in 1976. From 1976 to 1979, there were at least 11 instances of trains colliding, resulting in an unknown number of injuries. No solutions were put in place to remedy the problem. So they knew that this was an issue and people were being hurt, but they did nothing to change or make the ride safer. Makes sense. On March 29th, 1980, two trains collided again. This time, the accident resulted in the death of a 14-year-old boy and the injuries of 8 other passengers. The Marriott Corporation failed to notify the U.S. Consumer Product Safety Commission about the safety hazard. The incident was settled for just $70,000. This hardly seems equivalent to the enormous loss of a human life. I would agree. Unbelievable. I mean, talk about negligence. I wouldn't have settled. I would have taken them to court. Number 10. A grandmother killed at Six Flags, New Orleans. Rosa Donaldson, a 52-year-old from New Orleans, was taking care of her 4-year-old grandson for the summer. She purchased season passes to the zoo, the aquarium, the museum, and the Six Flags New Orleans amusement park. July 10th, 2003 was supposed to be an entertaining evening at Six Flags. It turned out to be an awful tragedy instead. The boy was getting ready to ride one of the park's newest attractions, the Joker's Jukebox, which consists of 30 cars that spin on 6 moving arms. Donaldson entered into a restricted area to ensure that her grandson was properly fastened just as the operator started the ride. One of the spinning cars hit her on the head, and another one hit her in the abdomen immediately afterward. Donaldson bled to death before she arrived at the hospital. The ride now plays a safety announcement before it begins. So I'm assuming that the operator didn't see her. Because I know some of those rides, I mean, they're so big. Let me look up Joker's Jukebox. I feel like I know what it looks like, but Joker's jukebox. Oh, see, this thing is massive. It's like an octopus. Let's see. And what park was this? Six Flags, New Orleans. Okay, so Six Flags, New Orleans. So here's a photo of the jukebox. Oh yeah, I hadn't shared it yet, Center. I was looking for a good picture. So this thing was massive. So there was like cars. So I'm assuming like if the operators say where this red building is, and the woman walked through a restricted area to check on a car back here, the operator wouldn't have known that she was there. I wonder if there's a YouTube video. This oh my gosh. This ride is wild. I've never seen something like that. Let's see. Joker's jukebox. New Orleans. Oops. Oh, there's actually a video about this. Let me see if I can find a news story because, well, I think I'm just going to use this one. I'll just, so this, I'm going to share this link. This is from a Disaster Diaries. They only have 19 subscribers. Let's get them a few more subscribers here. This person should have more than 19 subscribers. So this is the link to the video. Actually, let me get the link to their actual page. So we have copy, and here's the link to their actual page. Wow, they've done a lot. Well, they've done 23 videos. Okay, so let's just we'll take a look at just a little bit of this. I just want to see like what the ride looks like. Evil Queen says we had one when I was younger. They were great.
And theme parks are designed to feel joy, magic, amusement, and create
lasting so it
memories.
That it's
but this closed amusement park's tragic past goes beyond only its own demise at the hand.
Wow, so this park isn't even open anymore. I hadn't realized that. What a shame. What a shame. Reminds me of, what was it? Oh my gosh. What was that movie? Damn it. Divergent. For those of you who read the book or saw the movie, I believe it was Divergent that had the abandoned amusement park as one of its settings, but I can't remember exactly.
Of Mother Nature. The Six Flags New Orleans amusement park, where a grandma sadly died, is now decaying and unsettlingly being reclaimed by nature. Hello folks, welcome back to our channel, Disaster Diaries. Watch the video to learn more about this unfortunate incident. Make sure to subscribe to our...
And this is covered under fair use. Is that the park from the Johnny Knoxville movie? I don't know. Let me see. Busch Gardens. Oops. If I could spell. New Orleans. Interesting. So now, according to Google, it says there is no permanent Busch Gardens Park in New Orleans. So it doesn't even, like, when you Google it, it doesn't even show that there was ever a Busch Gardens in New Orleans. Isn't that crazy? Oh, wait, not Busch Gardens. What the hell am I talking about? It's Six Flags. No wonder, Emmy. I'm still stuck on the last one. Okay, so it says Six Flags New Orleans was an amusement park in Louisiana that closed after Hurricane Katrina in 2005 and has remained abandoned, becoming a well-known spooky landmark. The park, which originally opened as Jazzland, is currently undergoing demolition as part of a redevelopment plan by Bayou Phoenix, aiming to transform the site into a complex with an indoor-outdoor water park, sports complex, and hotel. The park first opened as Jazzland in 2000 and later became Six Flags New Orleans after a lease agreement in 2002. In August 2005, Hurricane Katrina devastated the park, leaving it underwater for weeks and preventing its reopening. The park has been abandoned for nearly 20 years, becoming a popular spot for urban explorers and a film location, including for Jurassic World and Reminiscence. Okay, so it was in Jurassic World. Its current status: in early 2025, a master development plan for the site was announced by Bayou Phoenix, a company specializing in the revitalization of the property. The development plans include demolition of existing structures to make way for new attractions, such as an indoor-outdoor water park, a sports complex, a family entertainment center, and resort hotels. The abandoned park serves as a stark and lasting reminder of Hurricane Katrina's destruction in the region. The site has become a popular subject for documentaries and urban exploration due to its iconic and eerie presence, and has been used as a filming location for movies. All right, so there we go. Interesting. I hadn't even thought about Katrina having an impact.
Our Disaster Diaries channel for more content like this. Additionally, remember to click the bell icon.
Okay, and I'm just going to skip forward because I want to get to, I probably watch this after my live stream because I'm very curious now. I want to try to find that ride. I mean, this is what the video is about, like this grandma that was, but I don't even see the ride. That it's supposed to be talking about.
Park ride was fatally struck by at least one of the attraction's cars.
Oh, here we go.
According to park spokesperson Ann Wills, the cars were at the time around 3 feet off the ground. She claimed that it was unclear how Rosa Donaldson came to be so near the ride on Wednesday. For safety purposes, the area is gated off, according to Wills. The coroner's office reported that Donaldson, 52, who was
This is kind of misleading because this isn't even the ride that she was on. Or that her grandson was on. So this is misleading. I mean, the thumbnail wasn't. Like, here's the ride right here at the beginning, and then it doesn't show it again. Let's take a look at this. Oh, here we go. Let's look at this one. I'll share the link in chat too. Yeah, clickbait. So it reminds me of, what was the ride? Growing up, there was one. I think it was called the... I have the name Switzer in my head. but it was like a bunch of cars, and they, instead of like actual cars, they were like, you know, like passenger, like little, they had like a seat and stuff. It was like just the seat of a car, and it would swing around. I think it was called the Switzer. I don't know. For some reason, I have that in my head. So it's not even like, you wouldn't even think that it was that dangerous of a ride, but if you're standing there not realizing that the ride is about to start and you get hit, obviously it's going to hurt you. How cool that this person has the footage. So there is Joker's Jukebox. Joker's Jukebox. Yeah, that other, the Scrambler. That's what it was. Yes. Okay. I don't know why I said Switzer, but I feel like it was something, maybe like the design. It had like these, they were silver cars, and there was like red designs on it. Yeah. That's actually, all right. So there is the Joker's Jukebox. Interesting. So number 9, a mother and daughter killed on New Jersey roller coaster. On August 28th, 1999, a roller coaster at Jillian's Wonderland Pier in New Jersey suffered 2 mechanical failures while making its ascent to the highest point in the ride. Jesus. As the car approached the peak, it suddenly plunged 30 feet down the hill at an extreme speed toward a 90-degree angle in the track. Kimberly Bailey, 39, and her 8-year-old daughter, Jessica, were sent. Okay, why do they have... I'm not going to read that last part. If you want to read it on your own, feel free. Kimberly and her 8-year-old daughter were killed. The first mechanical failure happened with the drag chain that is designed to pull the car to the top of the hill and detach moments before the car begins its descent down the launch hill. In this case, the drag chain disconnected before the car reached the top, causing it to roll backwards down the track. The second mechanical failure happened due to a faulty anti-rollback device. This tragedy caused the only fatalities at Jillian's Wonderland Pier in its 86-year history. So let's look up Jillian's Wonderland. Ah, it is permanently closed. Let me see if I can get a picture. And I feel like my next rabbit hole is going to be watching videos about abandoned. Yeah, there's not a whole lot of pictures because it's abandoned. Okay, so let me just read what Google said. So Jillian's Wonderland Pier was a historic amusement park in Ocean City, New Jersey that closed permanently on October 13th, 2024, after nearly 100 years of operation. The former owner, J. Jillian, cited the park as no longer being a viable business. The site is now slated to be redeveloped into an Icona Resort Hotel, with plans to incorporate the Ferris wheel and carousel into the new development. That's cool that they're going to keep the Ferris wheel and the carousel. Oh, they actually have a website. I didn't notice that. Oh, it just says, thank you for all the wonderful memories. That's it. No pictures, nothing. Oh, wait, here's an article. Does it have pictures? That's what I want. I want pictures. Oh, wait, we might have a video that I can show you. I just got to get through this stupid ad. Oh, there's a couple of videos. Okay. All right, so let's take a look at this. And I will change the title to my live. We may not get to the other stories I had.
Now you'll remember.
Okay, so let me back that up.
Something new is coming to the site of the former Gillian's Wonderland Pier in Ocean City. Now, you'll remember the popular amusement park closed in October after decades of business along the boardwalk. But the owner of the property says he didn't want to let it sit empty all summer. So, just in time for Memorial Day, expect to see new attractions at the site.
Wow, look how cool that
We
is.
painted the whole building and we put an arcade in there and also a new pizzeria. As a matter of fact, believe it or not, the name wasn't taken, so we bought Ocean City Pizza Company.
Oh, again.
Oh my gosh, and it's right on the beach. No wonder developers wanted to create a resort.
New attractions at Gillian's will be open in time for Memorial Day weekend. For now, the owner says they're.
And I feel like, why does that look familiar? I feel like I've seen this before. I've never been there, I know that, but this backdrop looks very familiar
Any
to me.
amusement park rides like there used to be, but there will be something. So a lot of people excited about that.
Oh, look at the Ferris wheel. That's pretty cool. No, stop. We're not watching Gabby's Dollhouse. Nope, not today. Damn it, I didn't want to do that though. I thought it would just get rid of the video. So then they have another one. Look at that Ferris wheel. That is so cool. And it's so cool that the developers are going to keep it, you know, as part of the project. Let's see what this one shows. Oh, of course, we have to get through an ad. Hey, Smokin', thanks for being here. And thank you, everyone, for being here. I know this kind of changed gears from what I had planned, but I just find this very interesting. Get to see theme parks that either still exist or don't exist anymore. And, you know, it seems like theme parks for the most part are safe. Oh, there we go. Oh, shoot.
From all over to go on the rides one last time. Tonight, the iconic Ferris wheel is dark, signaling that after 94 years, Gillian's Wonderland is now just a cherished memory. As the bagpipes piped, the rides came to a stop shortly after.
Oh, look at the carousel. That is gorgeous.
Sunday night.
Beautiful.
Marking the end of an era.
All good things must come to an end.
Very sad. It's a beautiful place. Breaks my heart that, you know, they're closing, but we'll have a lot of good memories.
That's a shame.
On this final day, families came to Ocean City to snap pictures of the iconic Wonderland sign and take it all in before the doors closed for good. Patrick Field traveled from Northeast Philadelphia.
I just had to say goodbye. I had to ride the train one more time and then snag a ring. This is the last ride!
Kristen Version is a carousel enthusiast and preservationist who drove from Bristol, Connecticut to ride the wooden merry-go-round before it stopped spinning.
This carousel has an important legacy here in this area, and it's really cool too because it's one of only about a dozen left in the country that has the brass ring arm.
Generations of families enjoyed Gillian's on the Ocean City Boardwalk for nearly a century.
Everybody's happy here. It's a family place. It's going to be really missed.
These boats were like something that I have pictures of me and my brother in them, and now my son and my nephew.
And it looks like such a fun place. And the fact that the owners didn't find it to be, you know, viable anymore, it seems like a lot of people went there.
You are in the picture, and that will just be the best.
Wayne Seddon worked here for 35 years and designed a 3D art that could be seen around the park.
My job is my hobby, so I'm going to miss my hobby.
While Gillian
35 years. That is commendable, sir.
is now just a part of the Ocean City of yesteryear. Those who came out to
Hey,
say goodbye
Froggy.
tonight tell us they were just glad to have it as part of their lives for as long as they did.
We're sad that it's coming to a close, but we're excited for the time that we've had here.
Reporting in Ocean City, I'm Brian Sheehan.
So, there we have it. Oh, here we go. So here's a little more about the plan. So Mita has shared big plans down the line for the old theme park. Last year, he proposed to build a 252-room hotel at the site. This comes after Mita proposed a $150 million beachfront hotel for a property adjacent to the pier the year before. At the time, the proposal sparked opposition and went nowhere. Mita said the new hotel would be called Icona in Wonderland and incorporate the former amusement park's iconic Ferris wheel and historic carousel, saving them both. So there's what they are hoping to build. Because when was this article from? Oh, just this past May. Wow, okay. That is a stunning building, I've got to say. Hey, Steph B, how are ya? Hey, Caudle. All right, so let's get back over here. And actually, before I'll change the title after. Okay, so we talked about that one. And what was the ride? Oh, it just says the roller coaster. And I don't remember seeing a roller coaster in those that clip. So number 8, the Krug Park Big Dipper roller coaster accident. On July 24th, 1930, one of the worst roller coaster accidents in American history occurred at Krug Park in Omaha. The accident was the result of a faulty bolt that was supposed to hold a brake shoe in place. The brake shoe slipped and got caught beneath the rear wheels of one of the cars, causing the car to come off the track and smash through a frail guardrail. As the car fell to the ground, it pulled the other 3 cars down with it, leaving the passengers crushed underneath the wreckage. That is terrible. 4 people were killed and 17 others were seriously injured. The Omaha City Council immediately banned all roller coasters within the city. By 1940, Krug Park was forced to close its doors permanently. The area became a public space with 3 ball fields, a playground, and a swimming pool, and was renamed Gallagher Park. Gosh, 1930. I wonder if they have a picture of that. Krug Park. Let me just copy and paste this. Because I feel like it was probably wooden, right? That's what I would assume. A wooden roller coaster. Let's see. Let me find a picture. Wow, and there's a ton of YouTube videos about it. Oops. Yeah, so Big Dipper. Here, I'm just going to pick a YouTube video. We'll just take a quick gander. And thanks again, everyone, for being here. Wow, that thing is huge. Okay, so let me share this. And here is the link to this video. This is from Master of Disaster. 3.25 subscriber, or 3,250 subscribers. And this is Big Dipper at Krug Park.
Today, we're delving into the annals of roller coaster history to uncover a tragic yet compelling tale that shook the amusement park world.
So I don't know if this is the
Big Dipper.
Oh, here it is right here. Holy cow, that was a pretty big roller coaster for, in my opinion. I mean, when I think of roller coaster in 1930, I wasn't thinking it would be like a big roller coaster like this. Like, that's a pretty big roller coaster.
Krug Park. Strap in as we unravel the mystery behind America's worst roller coaster failure. America has a proud history of roller coasters.
Okay, so they're kind of going through the history. I just want to see. Oh, see, they're talking about all kinds of roller coasters in this one. Oh, look, it has actually. Okay, so let me back up because here's. Okay, so Fred Krug. This is like a whole history lesson here. All right, let's just start here. So, oh, here's Gallagher Park. So this is where the amusement park used to be. It has a couple of ball fields, a pool.
In 1902, the Frederick Krug Brewing Company bought it and ran it as Krug Park, a beer garden with amusement rides.
Wow.
The attractions included a 72-horse merry-go-round, a tunnel of love, an ice cream parlor, and a hot air balloon. Dancers perform nightly in a dance pavilion. Swimming pools, a waterfall, a wave
Oh, that is, look at that. That is gorgeous. Like,
machine and a 2-story bathhouse were added in 1918. Fred Krug referred
oh my gosh. So on the postcard, let me just back it up. It says Foliage Bower, Krug Park, Omaha's Polite Resort. Polite. I thought that was interesting.
bathhouse were added in 1918. Fred Krug referred to it as a complete amusement park. Early advertisements referred to Krug Park as Omaha's Polite
There we
Resort.
go.
But at the heart of
Ah, there's the roller coaster. That's what I wanted to see. So it almost was like it was an amusement park, but it also looked like it was a park as well. Like it just looks like there's a lot of greenery, and how cool. How cool. Froggy says Six Flags in St. Louis has a wooden roller coaster. There's a park, well, it's not really close to me. I'm not near any amusement parks, to be honest. And it's a recently built wooden roller coaster, so it's not an older one. They built it using wood. And it's so rickety. It's fun, but man, is it rickety. This is so cool.
the amusement park was the Big Dipper roller coaster. The Big Dipper was designed by the roller coaster engineer John A. Miller and constructed in 1917. The ride was a wooden structure with metal rails.
Okay, so it was wooden with metal rails. So that I was right. Metal roller coaster. But that is massive. I mean, I'm just looking over here like at all these dips and
35 feet high, dominating the skyline of the park. It was located on the east side of the park and ran north to south.
Oh, and that looks like, well, it's a high school, I would assume. High school, or it says Omaha something. Benson or Denson? I'm not sure. Okay, so I shared the link here, and then this creator was Master of Disaster. So let me get there.
This year marks the 40th anniversary of the worst industrial accident in human history.
Stop it. I'll share their actual channel as well. Citizen says Six Flags New England still has a wooden coaster, the Thunderbolt. Steph says modern construction roller coasters scare me, but Lord, this one is terrifying. I know, right? Sinner says my local park is called Kennywood. Dolly Parton just bought it. Interesting. Yeah, so let's see. So this guy, he's got all kinds of stuff. Mindbender, Coaster Disaster, Offshore. I mean, this guy's got a ton of stuff on here. So definitely check this page out. Only 3.26K subscribers. Master of Disaster. It's a cool name, too. All right, number 7. All right. Hopefully I can get through all. This is so interesting to me. Hopefully it's interesting to all of you too. So number 7, a grandmother killed and a 4-year-old paralyzed in Indiana. This accident is just infuriating. On August 11th, 1996, Old Indiana Fun Park made every mistake they could possibly make. A derailed miniature train claimed the life of a 57-year-old grandmother and left a 4-year-old paralyzed from the chest down. The investigation revealed that the train was traveling much faster than its design speed of 12 miles per hour. The operator applied the brakes, but the brakes were either damaged or missing, and most of the anti-derailment devices weren't installed. Are you kidding? And this was 1996. The speedometer was broken, and the track was littered with debris. The safety inspector, who examined the ride twice in the 3 months leading up to the accident, admitted that he wasn't qualified for the job. Even the park's own records showed that the miniature train had derailed 79 times in the 2 months preceding the accident. The owners admitted negligence, and the park declared bankruptcy a few months later. Oh, let me look up this Old Indiana Fun Park. Maybe I can find a news article. Oh my gosh, there's actually can I read this? I hope I can. It's the Washington Times. I think I can. Okay, so this is actually an article about the little girl that was paralyzed. And I love that they tell me, oh, come on. All right, let me see if I can find a different one. Damn it. Damn it. You know, they should let you read older articles for free. That's just my opinion. But you know what? I bet I could probably read it on my phone. For some reason, when I'm on, oh, I just got one on them. I just printed it as a PDF and it actually let me do it. Okay, so give me 1 second. I'm just going to read this because I don't think I'll be able to share it on screen. What? It says it's already open. No, it's not. What are you talking about? All right, let me just close some of these windows. I feel like my computer is going to be... Let me try again. It's telling me I have it open in another location, but I don't. Ah, here we go. Okay. So this article, Saturday, July 26, 2014. And I wish I could show you this, but I had to trick the system so I could actually get this article without being a subscriber. So victim of 1996 amusement park accident finds niche. Saturday, July 26, 2014. When Emily Hunt was just a little kid, her name and pixie face became achingly familiar to central Indiana, as folks throughout the area pulled for her first to live, then to cope with an injury that fundamentally changed her life. And I was just thinking I might be able to get her picture. Let me look up Emily Hunt. Yes. Okay, so let me share this. I'm going to share a photo of her. We're not. Why are you not working? She's actually an artist now. Here we go. It's a little bit blurry, but at least there'll be something on the screen as I'm reading this, because this is her story. So here she is. Hunt was 4 years old in August 1996 when she was with her grandparents, siblings, and a bunch of cousins at an amusement park. A seemingly benign, quote, kiddie train derailed and Hunt suffered a broken neck. She was paralyzed from the chest down. Her grandmother, Nancy Jones, was killed. There were lawsuits. Old Indiana Fun Park near Thornton ended up closing, so there was little financial compensation there. But the family also sued the state, liable because of inspections that missed numerous safety issues at the park. In 1997, Governor Frank O'Bannon and the Hunt family reached an agreement for about $1.5 million from the state's Tort Claims Fund to pay most of Hunt's medical bills. As a little girl after the park accident, Hunt was often in the news. There were occasional public appearances, including one with actor Christopher Reeve, who became a crusader for spinal cord injury research after he was paralyzed, participation in a ballet performed in Greenwood, and occasional charity and educational events. As the years went by, she appeared less frequently, and the stories focused on her life moving forward and her family's determination to advocate for spinal cord injury research and to educate people that disability doesn't mean invisibility. She plugged away at school, graduating in 2011 from Brownsburg High School. But Hunt was shy, never completely comfortable in the spotlight. As she grew up, she lived a mostly private life. I was just a normal kid, Hunt told the Indianapolis Star, then turned self-deprecating. I was kind of a dork. A normal life and a normal family, that's precisely what Hunt's parents, Mike and Amy Hunt, created for their 3 daughters, said Bud Jones, Amy's father and Emily's grandfather. Emily always hung in there with her twin sister, Nikki, and their older sister, Sarah, and her sisters grew up instinctively knowing to watch out for Emily. Hunt has specific needs. Someone gets her in and out of bed, for instance. But in major ways, she pushed to simply be herself, to be part of her family, to forge a life like anyone else. Emily puts expectations on herself, her grandfather said. A lot of the things she does, she just challenges herself to be one of the group. In high school, Hunt found the passion that she now wants to pursue in life, fashion. She turned 22 last month and has just finished her junior year at Ball State University. She's still shy, but anything but cowed by the world. I've always loved clothes, and I'm super girly. I love pinks and purples. Hunt also is practical and has a business vision, owning her own boutique. This summer, she is doing an internship at Boomerang BTQ, where she's learning the ropes from owner Felicia Keisel, 27. The eclectic boutique features trendy and retro clothes and accessories. Boomerang, which Keisel opened last November, seemed the perfect fit from Hunt's perspective. Keisel received about 40 emailed applications and inquiries about the internship. Keisel first chose another student, but when that didn't work out, she offered the internship to Hunt. Keisel said she didn't recognize the name, but she chose Hunt because she had the qualifications and specifically said her goal was to own a boutique someday. They had a telephone interview first, and Keisel picked up on the traits Hunt's grandfather described. She was very knowledgeable about the industry, about fashion, about trends. She just had a lot of drive. After Keisel picked Hunt for the internship, they chatted by phone again to arrange a first in-person meeting. That's when Hunt mentioned one thing she hadn't included in her resume or cover letter. Oh, by the way, I'm in a wheelchair. Keisel said she did not have to think about how she might adapt her intern's duties a bit. Or she did have to think about how she might adapt her intern's duties a bit. Hunt wouldn't be stocking the top shelves, for instance. But there's not much else Hunt can't handle. She works alongside Keisel, greeting customers and answering questions about merchandise. She is helping shop for new items online, just as Keisel normally does, and learning the business end of the business. Her favorite part, shopping. Hunt hopes to finish her degree, then move toward owning her own boutique and maybe designing her own line of clothing. Watching Keisel has been an eye-opener. I am definitely seeing all the hats that Felicia has to wear, and she'll definitely want to help with things like accounting and marketing. I don't think I can be a one-woman show. But none of the limitations Hunt describes herself as having has anything to do with her wheelchair. That's a part of her life, but it doesn't define it. Hunt is finding the definition of her life. I can't wait to apply all this stuff I'm learning when I have my own boutique. So she is doing, and that article was from 2000, what did I say? 2011. All right, and I thought there was, I might have to look more into her too, because I feel like, oh no. Let's see if I can. It. I just close the lid and then reopen it, and it suddenly doesn't have the black screen of death anymore. So hopefully you can hear me. If you can't hear me, let me know. But you're right, Evil Queen. And I have too many windows open. That's the problem. That's the problem. Okay, so let me just close down some of these tabs, especially because we're not going to get to some of the stories that I had thought we were going to get to. Let me just close. All right, so I just closed everything, all the tabs I don't need. Okay, good. You can hear me. So I guess that does the trick. I just close the laptop and then reopen it, and it suddenly works. All right, so let me share this again. Let's see. Pookie says we kept taking my mom on a wooden one in Silver Dollar City called Fire in the Hole. She kept screaming, "Oh my God," on every drop, and we died laughing. Pookie, I talked about that. Unless it's a different one. Fire in the Hole. Yeah, that was the first. I think that was the first. Unless it's a different city. This one was in Missouri. Fire in the Hole. Oh, hang on. I hear a cat in the attic. 1 second. All right, sorry about that. There's no cat that came down, so I don't know. Maybe there was a cat outside. I have no idea. All right. I heard the cops raided. Oh, that case. I haven't followed that very closely. But I did hear that he canceled his tour, which I guess is a good thing. Good thing. Oh, okay, so that was it, Pookie. Okay, so that was when you were in first grade. That would be it. My mom was mad about that until her dying day. Yeah, and I think they said, did I read that they closed Silver Dollar City? I can't remember. I should remember because we just talked about it. Or no, it's still open. But the ride was closed. The ride was closed. Okay, so let me scroll back down. So we were on number 6. And I still can't get over this one, like with, Emily and her grandma. Like, they clearly just put the thing together and didn't do anything to prevent. And the fact that it had derailed 79 times. What was the name of this one again? A miniature train. Okay, so let me look up Old Indiana. And it was like miniature train. Oh, it literally wasn't a miniature train. Oh, here it is right here. Let me see if I can make this picture bigger. So when I think of, some of these theme parks have like the train, like the little train that kind of goes around the park itself. And so this is it right here. It's literally a miniature train that just travels throughout, like probably goes in a loop or it kind of goes around the park. And it was only supposed to be going 12 miles an hour, but was going faster. And of course, the speedometer was broken. What a shame. Completely preventable. Right. Looks harmless. And what's the deal with debris on the track? Yeah. That too. Like probably, I'm assuming like garbage. I don't know if it has. I don't know, I don't know how close it would have necessarily been from other stuff, but I'm guessing it was probably trash. Okay. All right, so number 6, Six Flags coaster claims the life of a 52-year-old woman. On July 19th, 2013, Rosie Esparza was almost severed in half while riding the Texas Giant roller coaster at the Six Flags Over Texas amusement park. The victim expressed concern about her safety harness after she had boarded the ride. One of the operators assured her that she was properly secured and the roller coaster began its fatal ride. As the roller coaster rounded a turn, Esparza's restraint came undone and she was thrown 75 feet onto a metal roof. An investigation began immediately. 2 months later, the ride reopened with redesigned restraints, seatbelts, and a test seat at the entrance to ensure that passengers could ride safely. Esparza's family filed lawsuits against Six Flags and the ride's manufacturer, Gerstlauer. In response, the park and Gerstlauer sued each other over the responsibility for the accident. Both companies eventually reached an undisclosed settlement with the victim's family. What was that ride called? Or the manufacturer was Gerstlauer. I feel like their name has been in the news before. Not this one. I feel like they were... Oh, they have a lot of amusement rides. That's probably why. So, according to their website, even though I can't read it because it's not in English. Oh, it is in English. Okay. So, amusement rides, we make the world go round. Full service from one source. We are your partner for the planning. Oh, here, let me share this. Planning, design, manufacture, and commissioning of roller coasters and amusement rides. Wow. So here, the Cetotomatics, Macalodon, Flying Donor. Oh, no. Oh, no. No. Nope. That is a ride that I would not go on. No way. Flat rides. That doesn't, I mean, yeah, it's flat, but it's also very high in the air. So they do giant wheels. So it says our expertise from the production of over 100 roller coasters and more than 40 amusement rides worldwide makes us the perfect choice for the realization of your projects. Oh, here, let's see, roller coasters. Let's see what roller coasters they've got. So the Infinity Coaster, Infinity Inverted Coaster, oh, hell no. Eurofighter, Airtime Coaster, Bobsled Coaster, Spinning Coaster, no thank you. No thank you. Nope. Family Suspended Coaster, no thank you. Family Coaster, and the Bob Coaster. So that looks like, you know, very close to the ground. That's one that I would like. Yes, very close to the ground. So those are the roller coasters. Oh, and they have an intensity level that you could pick too. Skyfly. Yeah, this one, no. No way. Skyfly. Sky Roller. Sky Racer. The Polyp. That kind of reminds me of that Joker's, what was it? Joker's Jukebox. Kind of with like the different arms that go and it spins around. Oh, that's only the only ones on there. So then we have the last thing would be giant. Oh, they have other products. That one's kind of cool. That's like a gondola. Oh, yeah. They're like little gondolas that go around in a wheel. Like little tiny lanterns at night. Looks like little lanterns. That's kind of cool. So it says 1.1 to 1.8 rotations per minute. All right. And then other products. Let's see what their other products are. Roller coaster trains, slide wheel. What the hell? Slide wheel. Transport systems and control systems. So, I mean, they've got a lot of stuff, this company. A lot of stuff. Smokin' says, that's the one I rode, the Texas Giant. It's a huge wooden roller coaster. It was built in the early 90s. Okay. They have another older wooden coaster called the Judge Roy Scream and a roller coaster called the Shockwave that has back-to-back double loops. Whew. So it's Texas Giant. Let me look up. So let's look up, what was it? Six Flags Over Texas. Flags Over Texas. Ooh, Fright Fest. Look at that. That's freaky. Rides and experience. Okay, so all rides. Let's look at all rides. Well, no, let's do, so it would be thrill rides. So let's do thrill rides. So Aquaman Power Wave, Batman the Ride, Catwoman Whip, Dive Bomber Alley. Oh, here's the Judge Roy Scream. All right, so let's take a look at this. Oh my gosh, that's a really long roller coaster. Wooden coaster, that's cool. 2.5 minutes, 65 feet high, top speed 45 miles an hour, length about 2,500 feet. Manufacturer Marvin M. Black Company. And they have a video if anyone's interested. So Justice League, Mr. Freeze. Oh, here's new Texas Giant right here. So thrill level maximum. Top speed 65 miles an hour. 153 feet off the ground. Length 4,920 feet. 3.5 minutes. Introduced 1990. Din Corporation. Oh my God, it's like sideways. No. Craziness. And they also have a video. You know, let's take a look at, we'll just watch a little bit of the video. And I'll just give a disclaimer for those of you who may have motion issues. We're just going to watch a little bit of this. I mean, it is a really long roller coaster. And to think that, I mean, the lady knew that her restraint wasn't secured. And, you know, that just tells me, like, if you have intuition that something's not right, trust it. All right, we're going up the big hill. Once we go down the hill, I'll stop it because that's probably when it'll get a little more. Hey, Grain, how are you? That's a pretty long incline, too. Wait, let's discuss this. It's a little too late. Wow, look at that view, though. Look at the view. All right, so for those of you who, you know, get a little weary, or not weary, what's the word? Like woozy. I'd look away now because we're just gonna go down the hill and then I'm gonna stop it. But this is like the best part. Oh, hell no. Oh, holy crap. That's like almost a 90-degree drop. Holy crap. I mean, it's almost like I hate to like keep going back, but that's like nearly 90-degree drop right there. That's craziness. Craziness, but that does look super fun. That looks super fun to me. Yeah, let's get that vertigo activated. All right, so we got a few more to go through. So I'll go a little bit longer than my normal 2 hours, but this has been really interesting. Number 5, accident at Expo Land killed 1 person, injured 19 others. Fujian Rajan II, a six-car standing roller coaster derailed on May 5th, 2007 at Expo Land in Suida, Osaka, Japan. The Children's Day accident claimed the life of 19-year-old Yoshino Kogawara and injured 19 other passengers when the train smashed into a guardrail. An investigation revealed that professional negligence was the cause of the accident. One of the axles cracked while the train was entering halfway through the 3,500-foot course. It was discovered that none of the axles had been replaced during the 15 years that the roller coaster was in operation. A month after the accident, authorities reprimanded Expo Land when similar problems were found on another train. In July 2008, 3 employees agreed with the allegations of professional negligence, admitted to deliberately postponing the ride's mandatory inspections, and admitted that they had submitted a bogus safety report even after visible cracks began to appear on the damaged axle. And this was let me see. Let's see. Standing roller coaster. Expo Land. Okay, I'm trying to find a picture. There's not really any good pictures. Oh, wait. This one might be. Okay, so this is just a Reddit picture, but I don't. Are there any standing roller coasters in the US? Like, that seems like I would even be more terrified standing up. But this is the roller coaster derails, killing 19-year-old woman and injuring several others. There's a picture from it. Evil Queen says, okay, Judge Roy was a justice of the peace and a saloon owner in Texas. Interesting. I would say no to the standing roller coaster myself. Nope. All right, number 4. Fire kills 8 teens at Six Flags Adventure in New Jersey. Some of us have had the experience of being mildly spooked in a typical amusement park haunted castle. Plastic monsters, scary noises, and skeletons that pop out of nowhere are all part of the fun. On May 11th, 1984, the haunted castle at Six Flags Adventure in New Jersey offered a truly terrifying experience when a sudden fire engulfed the structure and claimed the lives of 8 teenagers. Hours after the fire was declared under control, firefighters discovered the 8 bodies in a trailer. Initially, they were mistaken as mannequins. The castle was considered a temporary structure, and despite recommendations from the park's safety consultants, the park was not required to install sprinklers or smoke detectors. For these reasons, Six Flags was found not guilty of aggravated manslaughter. The families of the 8 victims filed civil suits against the park and were awarded over $18 million for their losses. So because they weren't required to put sprinklers and smoke detectors in, they didn't do it. And they were found not guilty of manslaughter. That's not okay. Haunted Castle. Let me look that one up. Haunted Castle. And that's in New Jersey. Oh, Oh, and they actually have a picture of... Oh, maybe not. There's a YouTube video. I'm not going to play this, but I will share this link if anyone's interested. Well, you know what? Fascinating horror. Holy cow. This person has 1.37 million subscribers. So here is the link to that video. Let me just close some of these windows so my computer doesn't freak out again. Actually, you know what? We'll just watch a little bit of this. And this is covered under fair use. All right, let me just... All right, so this is what the haunted castle looked like. So it appears that it was an indoor, or not indoor, but an enclosed ride.
The haunted castle was a walk-through attraction.
Oh, a walk-through
packed with
attraction.
spooky theming. Guests would move along a series of narrow and dimly lit corridors, enjoying frequent scares along the way. These were provided by special effects including strobes and recorded sounds, as well as live actors dressed in costume who would jump out from hidden alcoves. While it was themed to resemble a crooked castle.
Okay, so it was kind of like... I mean, it almost looks like a maze. It was built from 16 interconnected truck trailers. Okay, I don't care about that. Oh my gosh, there's a picture of the actual fire. And then here's the aftermath. So they must have, let me just back up because it says they saw the, so apparently this person saw the fire and that his decision to leave had been delayed. Because they mistook them for another special effect. So they thought that the flames were actually a part of the ride. Interesting. So definitely check that out. I'm not going to, like I said, I'm not going to play the whole thing. I just wanted to kind of see images of... Oh, and they actually say the names of those that lost their lives as well. So definitely check this out. Look at that. Actually, while I'm here, I'm going to save this to my watch later. That seems interesting too. So many things to watch tonight. So many things to watch that don't include drama. And even though I had planned for this to be, you know, a true crime live, like this kind of, like I said, it kind of took a different direction and it was interesting. All right, so we have three more. Number 3 killed on world's largest indoor triple loop coaster. An indoor trip. I missed that the first time I read it. On the evening of June 14th, 1986, the West Edmonton Mall in Canada was packed with people attending a concert, typical evening shoppers, and others waiting for a chance to ride the world's largest indoor roller coaster, the Mindbender. The ride had been shut down twice that evening, while the operator heard a metallic sound coming from the train. When the ride reopened, 12 people joyfully got on. Shortly into the ride, the train derailed and hurled 2 of the riders up to 100 feet. Tony Mandrusiak, 24, and his fiancée, Cindy Sims, 21, were violently killed when the train derailed. The ride derailed. Sims, okay, I'm not even going to read that. Like, what? Come on, How Stuff Works. Why do you have to be so graphic? A third death, David Sager, 24, occurred moments after the derailment when his car stalled upside down during one of the loops and his body fell. 19 other people were also injured. The Mindbender. All right, let me look up that one. The Mindbender East. What was it? Oh, Edmonton, not East. Edmonton. Oh, right here. So it's also, it says Galaxyland. Inside the box, Galaxyland's challenging new coaster. Okay, so hopefully I can read this. Coaster 101. This is from coaster101.com. Inside the box, Galaxyland's challenging new coaster project. West Edmonton Mall's famous Mindbender roller coaster was recently removed after nearly 40 years of service. They now face the daunting task of replacing it. Two years ago, management made the difficult decision to retire their Schwarzkopf looping coaster. Since opening in 1985, they achieved global recognition for boasting the world's longest, tallest, and fastest indoor roller coaster. But amidst a reimagining of Galaxyland to Hasbro and signs of physical deterioration, it appeared time to move on. Flash forward to 2025, and Mindbender has since been demolished alongside the Galaxy Quest Theater. The mall received construction permits in December and recently began teasing a new attraction on social media. Work has so far sprinkled telltale footer markings across the site. A roller coaster is on the way. The opportunity is Galaxyland's largest since its inception to build a major new attraction. Replacing indoor roller coasters is also a rare occurrence at best and unprecedented on this scale, especially given that the predecessor packed an enormous 4,200 feet of track into a relatively tight footprint. Novelty aside, the project faces unique challenges and constraints as work is confined within the existing enclosure. Barring unforeseen modifications to the building, West Edmonton Mall has a tight sandbox to play in. Oh my gosh. So it's 118 inches or 36 meters wide, 112 meters or 367 inches long. I mean, it's... Oh, Galaxy Orbiter. That must be a different thing. All right, I'm not going to get in. I mean, that is a pretty tight space. That isn't very big at all. Thanks, Froggy. Just a girl who loves frogs became a new member. Thank you so much. I appreciate that. Welcome to the Stoners. I wish I had something nice for you. So until I need to get a song. It's been almost 3 years and I don't have a thank you song. So I'm just going to share a picture of Periwinkle, who, for those of you who don't know, is the foster kitten that did not make it through being neutered this past Tuesday. He's such a good boy. So thank you again, Froggy. I appreciate that. I mean, that doesn't even look like this. Looks smaller than like a swimming pool area. I don't know. I would say no thank you. No thank you to that. Nope. And you would think too, like, it's so enclosed that it would give, in my opinion, it would give a false sense of security because it's enclosed. It's a small area. Like, what could go wrong? What could go wrong? So it says on January 30th, 2023, The Mindbender closed after 37 years. And of course, they have lots of videos on the Mindbender as well, if anyone is interested. Oh. Okay, so actually, let me show one more thing about this Mindbender. So this is from Coaster Studios. So it says, we recently got our first teaser from the West Edmonton Mall for their planned Mindbender replacement, and it's sure to be big. In our latest video, we discussed some possibilities of what could be taking its place. So this is the old Mindbender, I would assume. Because there's the triple loops. You have 1, 2, 3. There's one here that even though it's kind of cut off. That is so narrow. And they're saying something like this might be put in there. Interesting. All right, so we have two more left. Hey, Solo Rider, thanks for being here. Hey, Summer. How's it going? And if I missed anyone, I do apologize. Thanks for being here. I do appreciate it. All right, number 2, Space Journey ride in China kills 6. Eco Venture Valley of overseas Chinese town is a popular amusement park in Shenzhen, China. One of their main attractions, Space Journey, is truly unique. The ride simulates a rocket launch by accelerating into the air at twice the rate of gravity while spinning and shaking its 11 four-person cabins. On June 29th, 2010, this thrilling ride became a catastrophic nightmare. Accelerating at twice the rate of gravity while spinning and shaking. According to eyewitnesses, there was a power outage and an explosion moments before one of the ride's cabins came loose and collided with the other cabins. The cabins dropped 50 feet and hurled passengers into the ground. The accident killed 6 people and seriously injured 10 others. Surprisingly, the ride had passed its maintenance inspection just 8 days before the accident, which has heightened the concerns regarding the safety of Chinese amusement parks. Space Journey. Let me look this one up. Let me see. Let me just copy and paste this. Eco. All right, copy. Paste. And it's called Space Journey. Oh, it was permanently closed after that accident in 2010. Oh, there's a bunch of news articles. Let's see. Here's one from NBC we'll look at. Amusement park accident kills 6 in China. Part of the overseas Chinese town East Amusement Park has been closed following the accident. So this is the park. Well, there's space. A space shuttle simulator ride plunged 50 feet to the ground at a popular Chinese amusement park. Survivors said there was a power cut and they heard a loud explosion moments before the drop. 5 of those injured in Tuesday's accident are still in serious condition. Okay, so it says, see, I'm looking, like, I wish they had a picture of it. That was a very short article. Let me see if I can find a different. They may not even, so this is the outside. Well, I can't read it, of course, because I'm not a subscriber, so that's annoying. I know I can't read the Wall Street Journal. Oh, here's a picture from the Wall Street Journal. Let me see if I can. Share this picture. Open image in new tab. So it doesn't, it's just, it kind of shows the, well, this looks like an ambulance. Never mind. That's not the ride. What the heck? Wall Street Journal. That's, I was like, wait, this isn't the cabin. This looks like an ambulance or, although maybe it was the ride. And that was emergency personnel. No, that looks like an ambulance. I don't know. It's hard to tell. Wall Street Journal says that was actually a picture of it. Let's see if there's a video. Well, so it's like a simulator. So in that one NBC photo, here's the space shuttle. They said it was a type of simulator, but oh, let me share this. So I'm not going to play this video, but this is from Great American Coasters. This is a 3D recreation of the ride. So you have the shuttle, and then within that structure, there were these 11-person cabins, and it would, I guess it would shoot up. Let's see. Let me go back. We'll just play a little bit of this to kind of get an idea.
Roller coaster. In fact, it's nothing more than a token carnival ride. What is it exactly? Well, I don't know for 100%, considering there is not a single photo or video of the ride itself. Yeah, I'm not kidding. Since
That's interesting. No video or photo of the ride itself. Oh, here's the outside of it. Oh, so it's actually in that little space dome thing. So he said there's no photos or... Oh, that's a gravitron. Well, we call it a gravitron. Interesting. Oh, here, he does like a little simulation.
instead of having a massive circular room, Space Journey had 12 individual cars that sat 4 people. It still features a lot of positive G-forces, however, instead of front to back, like you would feel on a centrifuge, they are side to side or lateral forces. That's just because you're positioned a different way. But other than that, the only difference between this and a centrifuge was how Space Journey was on a 50-foot vertical spike. That's how the ride tried to simulate taking off. Again, comparing that to a centrifuge, those rides are usually leveled, or in some other...
Okay, so it kind of went up and down, but then it also said it like shook. Oh, I closed it by accident. Right, so it accelerated into the air at twice the rate of gravity while spinning and shaking. So it must have gone like around, and it was like shaking at the same... No. Fraggy says, hubby said to look up a ride called the Mousetrap roller coaster. He said they dismantled it. Apparently I feel like I've heard about that, the Mousetrap. We'll get to that. So let me just read this last one. So the deadliest roller coaster accident in history. Wooden roller coasters have a reputation for being potential death traps. They wear out quickly and require a great deal of maintenance. Even the smallest amount of negligence can result in a huge calamity. This was the situation at London's Battersea Park Fun Fair in May of 1972. The park's main attraction, the Big Dipper roller coaster, became the site of the deadliest roller coaster accident in history. As the ride was being pulled to the top of the launch hill, the lift chain detached from one of the trains and the anti-rollback mechanism malfunctioned. The train came hurtling back down the hill and smashed into another train waiting in the boarding area. 5 children were killed and 13 others were seriously injured. The roller coaster was never reopened, and the Battersea Fun Fair was closed 2 years later as a result. So London's the Big Dipper roller coaster. Let me look that one up. Big Dipper roller coaster. Oh, here's an article we'll read. So this is from The Guardian, and it says, interview. The roller coaster I was on hurtled backwards and crashed. My friend didn't make it, and my life changed forever. Liz High Reeve and her friend Allison Comerford were at Battersea Park in May 1972 when the Big Dipper collapsed. It turned out there were more than 50 faults on the ride. Wow. At first, Liz thought the driver of the roller coaster was messing around trying to give the children a bit of a scare. It was her 15th birthday, May 30th, 1972, and she and her friend Allison were at the fun fair in Battersea Park in London. They had been on the Big Dipper once already. The wooden roller coaster that was the main attraction opened more than 20 years before and had loved it so much they asked if they could stay on and go around again. Sitting in a carriage near the back, they were hauled up a steep incline by a rope, the wooden struts clacking beneath. They were expecting to tip over the brow and whoosh along the track. Instead, as they reached the top, High Reeve felt the train start to roll backwards. That's when she thought the driver was doing it as a joke, but other children on the ride were panicking. Later, they would find out the rope had snapped. It took seconds for the train to hurtle back down, but it felt a long time. And I had this logical thought process that we're just going to swing up the hill behind us and back again and eventually come to a stop. By the time I thought all this, we'd crashed through the bottom of it and I was buried in debris. Allison was unharmed and pulled herself up out of the car and started to drag debris off High Reeve. There was a narrow wooden walkway along the side of the track, and when Allison stepped on it, it collapsed. Oh my God, that is awful. So her friend was unharmed, helped High Reeve, and then ended up dying when the walkway collapsed. High Reeve thinks she fell about 30 feet. She remembers she was in extreme pain in hospital. She would find out that she had broken her left arm and dislocated her shoulder. But somehow I managed to climb down and got to Allison. She was worried that people would try to move her friend and thought that would be a bad idea. Then a couple of people who worked for the fairground got hold of me, each one side, and said, "We're taking you to first aid." They sort of frog marched me away from her. By now, she says, there was chaos, lots of screaming. Parents had been watching their children on the ride, so they were obviously panicking. After a few minutes, I could hear sirens. She managed to run back to Allison, who was still unconscious. By the time I got there, she'd been moved. She was on the grass, and I was worried they had caused her worse injury. She remembers looking back up at the roller coaster and seeing 2 little girls in a car above, who I thought were both dead and somebody trying to climb up to them. She stayed with Allison until the ambulances came, and they went in one together to a hospital in nearby Fulham. The friends had been in London to celebrate High Reeve's birthday, the first time they were allowed to spend a day in the city together without their parents. They had traveled from Cookham, a village in Berkshire, and had spent the day shopping, then headed to Battersea Park. All right, I'm not going to read the rest because I feel like this is a very long article, but I will share the article with you if anyone would like to take a look at the rest. And the last thing we will do, Froggy had mentioned the mouse trap. Accident. Okay, so let's see. Let me see if I can find an article. Okay, so 2015. Oh no, that's Crazy Mouse. We want mouse trap. All right, so it says, so was that, so Froggy, the only one that Google is able to find is 1987. So it says Mousetrap is a steel roller coaster located at Wonderland Amusement Park in Amarillo, Texas, USA. The ride dates back to 1972. Prior to 2011, it was known as Big Coaster. There were 3 cars per train. In each car, riders are arranged 2 across in 2 rows, for a total of 12 riders per train. On April 19th, 1987, a 15-year-old boy was killed after falling from the roller coaster. According to local authorities, the lap bar gave way. Oh, here's an article right here. So this is newspapers.com by Ancestry. So it says teen dies when flung from roller coaster. A teenager whose mother reluctantly allowed him to ride a roller coaster oh wait, I'm not even sharing this with you. Hold on. There it is. Okay, allowing him to ride a roller coaster one more time, died when a restraining bar gave away and he was hurled about 10 feet in the air. An autopsy was ordered on the body of 15-year-old Miguel Perez, who died about 6 p.m. Easter Sunday at the Wonderland Park. He asked me, "Mama, can I ride the coaster one more time? Just one more?" Angie Perez, the boy's mother, said through tears after the accident. Perez said she agreed to her son's request after he begged, and that she and her younger son, Marcelo, watched Miguel board the last car of the Zyklon, also known as the Big Coaster. Okay, but this is... which it was known as, but they changed it to Mousetrap. Marcelo Perez said that as the ride was coming to an end, he saw the bar that restrained his brother fly up and saw Miguel fall. Amarillo Medical Services was called at 6:05 p.m. and an ambulance arrived at 6:10 at Wonderland, but a medical services spokesman said there was nothing its emergency workers could do for the boy. Wonderland operator Paul Borchardt said the restraining bar is put in place automatically as the rider gets in the car. In a press release late Sunday night, Borchardt said the park has been in operation for 36 years, and the accident on the Zyklon coaster is the first fatality we have had. He said he regretted the accident, but that the rides are safe. Our own children have ridden this ride this weekend, so we know the rides are mechanically safe. The Zyklon, well, clearly they're not mechanically safe if a little boy died. The Zyklon, a multiple car train that rides along red tracks, is one of the 3 roller coaster type rides at the park. The Cyclone has 1 car, and the Texas Tornado has red cars on large white painted loops. So maybe this isn't the I looked up Mousetrap. This is what came up. And then I see this, and it's not even... Yeah, because it said mousetrap. And I clicked the link. So the references, I clicked and it went to that big coaster. So I don't know if that was the same one, Froggy, but there we go. There we go. All right, y'all. Well, thanks so much for being here. I do appreciate it. I learned a lot about roller coasters and, you know, overall, theme park rides seem to be safe. There's just, you know, sometimes there's just freak accidents or, you know, in the one case, the park knew that the ride wasn't working and they ran it anyways. Like, it's ridiculous. So thanks again. I feel like Sinner said he was going live again later. I am not sure. Sinner, if you're here, let everybody know. So yeah, have a great day. If I don't see you on these YouTube streets, I hope you have a great day, night, morning, wherever you may be. And until next time, y'all, I will see you on the flip side.
You have one shot on stage, what you got to play. Generic drops for days, still the people rage. Am I not insane? Can you stop and explain why these drops are so lame? Is money buying you fame? I'm fucking on, I'm killing it with this song. You haters can sing along or go back where you belong. Yeah, there's nothing wrong with giving up, moving on. Cause I took your girl to prom, she can't help but sing this song. Comes off, till the lights go out, till my legs give out. Can't shut my mouth, till the smoke clears out. And my high harass, I'ma rip this shit till my bones collapse. Till the roof comes off, till the lights go out, till my legs give out. Can't shut my mouth, till the smoke clears out. And my high harass, I'ma rip this shit till my bones collapse. She's so on like a light switch, flirting back. There's nothing wrong with the way that she's working that. I just want that body bad, come on baby, bring it back. I'm so gone, faded off a 30 rack. She's so on like a light switch, flirting back. There's nothing wrong with the way that she's working that. I just want that body bad, come on baby, bring it back. I rap with a passion, yeah, I got it in me. I've been waiting quite a long time for y'all to hear me. It's about damn time you put some stock into me. You're either sponsoring me or fucking bothering me. And the fact is, we just practice all this madness. That is why your status is like a canvas. Chances our advancement is enhancing. And this new expansion's like a mansion. Comes off till the lights go out, till my legs give out. Can't shut my mouth till the smoke clears out. And my high harass, I'ma rip this shit till my bones collapse. Till the roof comes off, till the lights go out, till my legs give out. Can't shut my mouth till the smoke clears out. And my high harass,